suggested I should know by now who I am, what I want, where I'm going, and how the story ends before it gets there. But every year keeps teaching me that certainty is rare, and becoming never really finishes. It simply changes shape along the way. Some people stop dreaming, some stop trying, some stopped asking what else might be possible. After enough disappointments collected over time, still making promises to tomorrow. That's how I know the fire survive. Not louder, not younger, just steady enough to keep moving forward again. One more run for a stronger future. One more lesson for a wider world. One more attempt for a dream that still deserves a chance. Most of those efforts look insignificant while they're happening just ordinary evenings spent investing in someone I haven't met yet. The future never asked for perfection, only participation, only presence, only another vote cast in favor of possibility. Still making promises to tomorrow, through tired legs, through long work days, through unfinished plans and responsibilities that never seem to take a day off. For someone, tomorrow means healing. For someone, freedom. For someone, a marathon finish line still glowing softly on the horizon. And every promise sounds small at first. Wake up earlier, run one more mile, learn one more thing, save a little more, keep going. The older I become, the more I admire people who still believe, not blindly but bravely, after reality has shown its full weight. Maybe hope isn't a feeling, maybe hope is a habit, the decision to keep preparing for a future you cannot guarantee will arrive. Because every meaningful life contains unseen faith. Small daily actions placed carefully into days that haven't happened yet. Still making promises to tomorrow, and maybe I always will. Because giving up on tomorrow would mean giving up on the person I'm still becoming. One ordinary day at a time. Future unseen, promise made. See you tomorrow. There was a time when dreaming felt effortless. The future seemed endless. Possibilities multiplied faster than doubts, and every horizon looked reachable somehow. And life arrived within voices, responsibilities, unexpected losses, and lessons that no classroom ever prepared us for. Somewhere along the way I became practical, careful, realistic. Words people praise without mentioning what they sometimes replace. Growing older, dreaming again, that's the miracle. Not dreaming before reality, but dreaming after it, after disappointment, after experience, after knowing better. personal, less about proving something, more about becoming someone I respect when no one's watching. The road feels longer than it used to, the recovery takes longer too, yet the meaning feels deeper, because every step competes with comfort and wins. I used to admire certainty, now I admire courage, because courage keeps dreaming. After life teaches you how fragile plans can really be. Growing older, dreaming again, through early alarms, through long work days, through responsibilities that never disappear. The dreams survive, and somehow so did I. For someone it's a marathon goal, for someone a business, for someone a language they promised themselves they'd learn one day. And maybe the dream matters more now, because time matters more, because opportunities matter more, because every year feels increasingly valuable when you understand they aren't endless. The younger version of me wanted quick success, the older version wants meaningful effort, something worth carrying, even if it takes years to unfold. People assume dreams belong to youth, but some dreams need maturity, need patience, need scars before they can fully exist. Maybe age doesn't weaken a dream, maybe age teaches it how to survive storms without disappearing. Growing older, dreaming again, I never expected this. I thought dreams faded with time, instead they returned wearing wisdom instead of innocence. Older hands, clearer eyes, same sky, new dream. I thought the seeds would be gone by now, given away to someone younger, someone faster, someone who never stopped believing along the way. Years passed quietly through promotions, through moving boxes, through grocery lists, through responsibilities that arrived without asking permission. And somewhere inside that noise, old dreams became quieter, not because they died, but because life kept speaking louder for a while. Old dreams reserve seats, that's what I found, a place still waiting, a name still written on the corner of possibility, where I thought time had erased everything. Stadium lights inside my imagination hadn't gone dark. The road still stretched forward, the unfinished songs still remembered their melodies. Without me, I expected regret. Instead, I found recognition, like returning to a hometown cafe, where someone smiles before you say your name. Maybe real dreams don't compete with time, maybe they simply adapt, waiting patiently for older hands and wiser hearts to return. Old dreams reserve seats, safe through every detour, through every delay, through every version of me that thought the opportunity had already passed. For someone it's a marathon, for someone a business idea, for someone a language still sleeping inside forgotten notebooks. And every dream asks differently, but they all carry the same quiet question. ready to continue. The older I get, the less I admire speed, and the more I admire return, because return means something survived all those years apart. Some ambitions fade, some interests disappear, but certain dreams stay strangely alive beneath decades of ordinary life. Maybe that's how you know which dreams belong to you. They don't leave even when you do. Oh, dreams, reserved seats. I almost missed you, thinking I was too late, thinking the story had ended, when all along the next chapter was waiting to be opened. Same dream, older soul, reserved seat, still available. I thought everything moved on without me. The road, the dream, the version of myself that used to wake early for reasons I couldn't explain to anyone. Years gathered quietly around unfinished plans, old race entries, forgotten notebooks, and promises made during seasons I barely remember now. So I expected distance, I expected regret, I expected the feeling of starting over from the very beginning again. Just waiting where we left off, that's what surprised me. The road wasn't gone, the dream wasn't gone. They were standing quietly at the last familiar corner, waiting for me to continue the sentence. The bridge looked smaller than I remember, the hill looked shorter, the fear looked older, and somehow the silence between us felt strangely comfortable. No lectures, no punishment, no reminder of lost time, just an invitation to pick up the story from the middle. Maybe that's how real passions behave. They don't chase you through life, they simply remain where meaning once lived. Just waiting where we left off, not demanding explanations, not asking why, just offering another chance to continue becoming the person I once hoped to be for someone. It's a marathon dream for someone, a language for someone, a guitar gathering dust in the corner of a room. And every unfinished thing holds the same question, not why did you stop, but are you ready now? The older I become, the more beautiful I find unfinished stories, because unfinished means possibilities survive the passing years. Just waiting where we left off, through every season, through every detour, through every version of who I've been. The dream stayed patient long enough for me to Some people think time destroys everything, but time also reveals what truly mattered, because the important things are often the things still waiting years later. Not every dream survives absence, not every goal survives distance, but the ones that do usually belong closer to your heart than you realize. Just waiting where we left off, not at the finish line, not in the future, but back there where belief first began, and where hope open page. Continue. The watch battery died months ago, frozen on numbers that no longer meant much, while the running shoes waited silently near the back wall. One season became another, then another, without a single training run, without a race entry, without the familiar rhythm of footsteps before sunrise. At first, I noticed the absence, then slowly I stopped noticing. And that's what scared me most, how normal distance became. 0 miles since, still waiting. The road never called loudly. The dream never complained, it just stayed there, quietly holding space for a version of me that might return. Life filled every corner, deadlines, responsibilities, unexpected changes. Days became crowded and somehow the running disappeared first. Yet every now and then a race photo appeared, an old route resurfaced, a memory slipped through, and something deep inside shifted slightly without explanation. Maybe certain passions don't leave, maybe they become quiet, not because they're gone, but because they're waiting for room to breathe again. 0 miles since, still waiting, not angry, not disappointed, just patient, like an old friend saving your seat year after year. For someone else running, for someone a guitar, for someone a language they wanted to learn, or a dream they paused too long. And maybe that's why this story feels familiar, because most people carry something unfinished somewhere inside them for longer than expected. The strange thing about hope is that it survives neglect. It survives silence, it survives distance, sometimes surviving far longer than we think it should. 0 miles since, still waiting, not for perfection, not for lost time, not for an explanation, just for one small step back toward the road again. No miles, no progress, still hope, still here. The shoes looked older than I remembered, dust along the edges, laces slightly faded, waiting quietly through seasons I wasn't around. Life became crowded with responsibilities, early alarms, late evenings, unexpected detours, and promises that needed me elsewhere. Months became years without permission. The calendar kept moving, and somewhere along the way I stopped introducing myself as a runner. Long break, same heart, that's what surprised me. The legs forgot some things, the lungs forgot some things, but the reason I started was still there, waiting patiently. The first run back felt unfamiliar, awkward breathing, heavy strides, Distances that once felt easy, suddenly asking questions again. Yet beneath the struggle, something felt recognizable, like hearing an old favorite song and remembering lyrics you thought were gone forever. Maybe passion doesn't disappear, maybe it sleeps beneath schedules, beneath obligations, beneath years spent becoming someone else for a while. Long break, same heart, the road didn't judge me for being gone. The sunrise didn't ask where I'd been, it simply welcomed me back like nothing changed. For someone, the break lasted months. For someone, a decade. For someone, they're still wondering if it's too late to return. And maybe that's the beautiful part about certain dreams. They don't expire, they don't resent time, they just wait for your footsteps again. The older I become, the more I understand that identity survives distance, because some parts of us aren't measured by recent activity, but by lasting affection. Long break, same heart, the pace is different now, the route is different now, even I am different now. But somewhere underneath it all, the same runner still lives here. Different season, same heartbeat, welcome back. Welcome back. The route feels quieter now, not empty, just different. Like a favorite song, missing one instrument you only notice after it's gone. Life happened quickly, new jobs, new responsibilities, different schedules, different cities, different mornings, calling us away. Yet every now and then I still hear your voice near the hardest climb, saying something simple that somehow made the distance easier to carry. One more run together, that's all I'm asking. Not a race, not a record, just another morning where the miles disappear inside good company again. The bridge is still here, the river still moves, the sunrise still arrives right on time. Some things changed, some things didn't, both feel strange. I pass the places where conversations lived, future plans, bad jokes raised, predictions, dreams we carried between footsteps. Funny how friendship works, sometimes distance grows, but connection doesn't, because certain people become part of your route. Even when they're absent. One more run together through slower years, through changing seasons, through everything life added after we first met on those ordinary it's rare, the older we get, finding people who understand certain parts of your heart without many words. Time measures many things, age, distance, careers, but friendship measures differently, through memories, through loyalty, through showing up again. One more run together someday, soon we'll start too fast, talk too much, laugh at old stories, and somehow pick up right where we left off. Different roads, same friendship, one more run waiting ahead. At first, you were just another runner, a familiar face, passing the same river path on the same mornings, with the same sleepy eyes before sunrise. We exchanged small nods, nothing more, the kind of greeting people give strangers who happen to share the same stretch of road again and again. No one planned it, no one announced it, no one said let's become friends. The road handled that part without asking us, running into friendship 1 mile at a time. A conversation here, a laugh there, until one day the road felt strange without you on it. We talked about races, then work, then family, then dreams, then the things people usually keep hidden from strangers. Some mornings were easy, some were exhausting, some runs felt endless, but somehow shared miles always seemed shorter than solo ones. It's funny how trust grows not through speeches, but through repetition, through showing up, through seeing someone keep going when things get difficult. Running into friendship through winter mornings, through summer heat, through races, through setbacks, through years that moved faster than expected. For someone, friendship begins at school, for someone at work. For us, it began somewhere between kilometer 3 and kilometer 4. No introductions needed, no perfect timing, just shared effort, shared weather, shared goals, and enough mornings to build something real. The older I get, the more I value people who understand certain parts of my life without needing long explanations first. Running into friendship might be my favorite surprise, because I started running to change myself and ended up finding people I never expected to meet. Same sunrise, same road, good friend, unexpected gift. shirt stayed on a little longer tonight. Dust on the sleeves, creases at the elbows. Another shift completed, another day recorded without ceremony. The parking lot was emptying, engines fading into darkness while I stood beside my car, holding running shoes, wondering briefly how many more evenings would look exactly like this. Nothing about the moment felt important, just fatigue, a packed schedule, and tomorrow waiting with its usual demands. A future wearing work clothes stood quietly beside me, not looking successful, not looking extraordinary, just showing up again after another ordinary day and refusing to disappear. The river path didn't care how long the shift had been. The road asked the same question it always asks: will you continue even when comfort offers a different answer? My pace wasn't impressive, the distance wasn't special, but the run carried something far bigger than numbers. A vote for the person I hoped to become. I used to think dreams were built during perfect conditions. Now I know better, most dreams are assembled after work, when nobody feels heroic. A future wearing work clothes kept clocking in through tired evenings, through long weeks, through days that looked far too ordinary to become a turning point. For someone it's a warehouse shift, for someone a factory floor, for someone an office light still glowing after sunset, and somewhere between responsibility and exhaustion, they keep building something invisible that won't fully appear for years. The older I become, the more I respect quiet ambition, the kind that survives without applause, without certainty, without immediate results. A future wearing work clothes looked a lot like persistence, a lot like repetition, a lot like ordinary effort stacked carefully after long days. Nobody remembers now. People celebrate outcomes because outcomes are easy to photograph, but very few cameras capture the evenings where the future was actually being built. Maybe success isn't a moment, maybe success is years of invisible construction finally becoming visible all at once. A future wearing work clothes was never far away, it was standing beside me every evening, asking quietly for one more mile, one more attempt, one more day. Work clothes, running shoes, same person, building tomorrow again. Most mornings looked identical, same shoes by the door, same quiet neighborhood, same unfinished dreams, waiting patiently for evidence that they were moving at all. searched for breakthroughs, big moments, obvious signs, something dramatic enough to confirm all this effort was becoming something. But days don't announce themselves, they never have. The important ones arrive dressed exactly like the ordinary ones, standing quietly among the rest. But one of them will, one of these mornings, one of these runs, one of these ordinary evenings will become the story you tell years later without realizing it today. Maybe it's a rainy Tuesday, maybe it's a recovery jog, maybe it's a run you almost skipped because motivation never showed up to make things easier. Nothing special happens at first, just another route, another mile, another promise kept between you and your future self. The strange thing about change is how invisible it feels while it's happening, like sunrise slowly brightening a room before anyone notices the darkness is gone. But one of them will, one ordinary decision will quietly redirect the years ahead, and you'll never know which day it was until much later. For someone, it's the day they start running. For someone, the day they start over. For someone, the day they choose not to quit after failing again. And none of those moments look cinematic, they look small, almost forgettable, while carrying more weight than anyone realizes at the time. I used to think life changed suddenly, now I think life changes gradually, until one day the distance between then and now becomes impossible to ignore. But one of them will, one of these miles, one of these mornings, one of these quiet choices will become the reason a future version of you gets to stand somewhere new. People celebrate turning points because turning points are visible. But before every turning point, there are hundreds of days that looked exactly the same while building it brick by brick. Maybe that's why ordinary days deserve respect, because they carry possibilities far larger than their appearance would ever suggest. But one of them will change everything eventually, not through luck, not through magic, but through accumulation, through patience, through refusing to stop too soon. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe, but one of them will. I kept waiting for certainty to show up, like a message I couldn't miss, something clear enough to tell me it was finally time. Instead there was hesitation, standing beside the front door, one hand on the shoelaces, the other holding excuses, while the evening waited patiently outside the window without offering guarantees. I thought confident people started differently, with less fear, less doubt, less questioning of whether they belonged on roads like these. Confidence didn't arrive first, the first step did, the awkward one did, the heavy breathing did. The uncertainty came first, and somehow the confidence followed later. The early miles felt exposed, every passing runner looked more experienced, every hill looked larger, every mistake felt felt easier to remember than any small success. But repetition changed something, not overnight, not dramatically, just enough to make tomorrow's run slightly easier to begin than today's. I used to believe confidence created action. Now I think action creates confidence. One ordinary evening at a time, without permission. Confidence didn't arrive first, consistency did, showing up did, trying again did. The road kept teaching lessons long before belief caught up with reality. For someone, first challenge is distance. For someone, it's pace. For someone, it's simply walking out the door when staying home sounds more comfortable. And none of those beginnings look impressive, because beginnings rarely do. They look uncertain, unfinished, and far less heroic than the stories told later. The strongest confidence I've ever known wasn't loud, it wasn't obvious, it was built quietly through evidence collected over years. Confidence didn't arrive first, experience did, mistakes did, restarts did. The belief I wanted was waiting farther down the road than I expected. People admire confidence because confidence looks powerful. But confidence has origins, and most of them look a lot like effort before anyone notices. Maybe courage was never confidence. Maybe courage was moving forward while confidence was still somewhere behind, trying to catch up. Confidence didn't arrive first, and that's what makes it real. Because it wasn't borrowed, it wasn't imagined, it was earned. One run, one lesson, one return at a time. No certainty, just motion. Confidence caught up later. The route hasn't changed much. Same rover, same convenience store, lights waiting at the corner like they've always been there, watching people pass through seasons. My shoes look older now, creased in familiar places, holding miles I stopped counting properly a long time ago, when running became part of ordinary life. If you ask what changed, I might struggle to answer, because the difference doesn't live in one moment or one achievement I can point toward easily. Very different, hard to explain. Something shifted quietly between all those ordinary runs and ordinary evenings, until the person leaving home wasn't quite the same as the one returning. Bad days still happen, stress still arise, plans still fall apart. Sometimes motivation disappears for longer than I'd like, yet panic doesn't stay as long as it used to. I recover faster now, not in pace but in perspective, not in speed but in how quickly I find my footing again after setbacks. Maybe growth is invisible while you're living it. Maybe it hides inside repeated choices, inside weather forecasts ignored, inside runs completed when excuses sounded reasonable. Very different, hard to explain, like a tree noticing its own roots deeper than last year, without remembering the exact day they growing. For someone, the change is confidence. For someone, patience. For someone, the ability to keep going through uncertainty without needing guarantees first. And none of those changes fit neatly into statistics, because some victories live quietly inside decisions nobody else gets to see. The longer I run, the less interested I become in dramatic transformations, and the more interested I become in durability, the kind that survives difficult seasons and keeps showing up. Very different, hard to explain. I can feel it in small ways, in calmer reactions and steadier mornings, in goals that no longer scare me the way they once did. People ask for evidence because evidence feels convincing, but some truths arrive before proof, and some changes become real long before they become visible. Maybe the most valuable growth isn't obvious at all. Maybe it's becoming someone you trust more than you did before. Very different, hard to explain, and maybe that's enough. I don't need a perfect summary for every mile that helped build the life I'm standing in today. Same reflection, new person, hard to explain, easy to feel. To arrive with proof, new records, clear victory, something obvious enough. Acoustic ギターが心地よく広がり、リズム感のあるピアノのメロディーが続きます。穏やかな景色が広がり、心が安らぐ瞬間を焼き出すような癒しの音楽です。ランニングが通勤、勉強仕事の集中タイムにぴったり、時あり軽やかな手拍子も加わり、さらにリズムに引き込まれます。 Maybe growth looks like this, not louder, not bigger, just stronger in places nobody else can see, until life has something hard of you and you answer differently. The route stayed familiar, the river stayed familiar, the same bridge waited ahead like it always had, yet somehow the person crossing it kept changing slowly. I stopped checking my watch quite so often, stopped needing every run to justify itself, stopped believing every good day needed a reason. I thought confidence would feel dramatic, but confidence arrived quietly like a friend who visited often enough to become part of the house without announcement. Maybe growth looks like this, showing up consistently after motivation leaves, trusting the process without needing evidence every single week to keep believing in it. For someone, growth is distance, for someone it's recovery, for someone it's learning not to quit when progress slows down. And none of those because some changes happen internally first, long before the outside world has anything to celebrate. The most meaningful improvements rarely arrive all at once. They accumulate through repetition, through ordinary evenings, through choices that seem small at the time. Maybe growth looks like this: a little more resilience, a little more patience, a little less fear than last season, than last year, than the version before. People notice outcomes because outcomes are visible, but growth spends most of its life underground, building roots before it ever becomes something people can point to. Same road, different mind, still growing. Maybe growth looks like this: quiet enough to overlook, powerful enough to change a life without fanfare, without headlines, without asking for recognition first. Same road, different mind, still growing. Some runners looked effortless, smooth stride, easy breathing, finishing workouts while I was still checking my watch, hoping the next kilometer felt kinder than the last. They made it seem natural, as if speed belonged to them. Well, every improvement I earned arrived slowly, through repeated mornings and shoes worn thin along familiar roads. There were nights I questioned the gap between where I stood and where I wanted to be, wondering if determination could really travel that far on its own. Effort outworked talent again, not in a single race, not in one dramatic moment, but in the quiet accumulation of ordinary miles. Nobody celebrated while they were happening. Rain didn't cancel the run, fatigue didn't cancel the run. Self-doubt came along, but it couldn't cancel the run, because habits had grown stronger than the excuses that used to lead me home. The river path remembered every return, every difficult evening, every promise kept when comfort suggested I skip just this once again. Talent often shines early, and that's beautiful, but effort keeps working long after applause fades, long after novelty disappears, and long after conditions stop being ideal. Effort outworked talent again, through alarm clocks, through long runs, through recovery days respected, through consistency stacked so many times it became impossible to ignore. For someone, the gap is pace. For someone, the gap is confidence. For someone, it's simply believing they belong in the race at all. And none of those battles are visible on a leaderboard, because the hardest competition often happens quietly between who you are today and who you're trying to become. The longer I run, the less I admire shortcuts, and the more I admire people willing to stay with the process, even when results arrive late or not at all. Effort outworked talent again, not because effort is louder, but because effort returned on days talent stayed home. excitement moved on to something else. People love natural ability because it feels magical. But repetition creates its own kind of magic, the kind that transforms ordinary people over extraordinary lengths of time. Maybe the real victory isn't beating someone else. Maybe it's reaching a place your past self believed was reserved for other people. Effort outworked talent again, and maybe it always will. When effort learns patience, when effort learns consistency, when effort stops chasing shortcuts and simply keeps showing up year after year. No spotlight, no shortcut, just miles becoming strength. The convenience store clerk looked familiar again. Same quiet grating, same yellow lights, same sports drink, resting beside the register like every other weeknight. A bicycle passed slowly along the river path, apartment windows glowing above distant streets. Nothing about the evening suggested it would matter years from now. If someone filmed tonight, they'd probably miss it, because ordinary moments rarely look important while they're happening. They don't announce themselves before they change you. 1,000 ordinary evenings built more than I realized. Not one heroic effort, not one perfect season, just small decisions made repeatedly under familiar skies. Some nights were humid, some carried winter air, some arrived after overtime, some after difficult conversations, some began reluctantly with shoes tied slowly beside the front door. Yet every route left something behind, a little more endurance, a little more patience, a little more belief than I had carried into the night before. I thought transformation would feel obvious, something dramatic worth remembering clearly, but growth preferred quiet repetition over memorable moments. 1,000 ordinary evenings became confidence, became discipline, became promises kept to future versions of myself.